going to be doing a little bit of a different intro to this video because I know where your eyes are all going to immediately go. So please use code refraction in the Hypixel store so I can at least have money somewhere, because my God, this is like the most expensive update ever. Because today, ladies and gentlemen, we are making the most expensive pet that this game has ever seen. Once again, well over 6 billion coins, requiring 2 Inferno Apexes, copious Inferno Vertexes, and plenty of other items and suffering, and that is the Sub-Zero Wisp pet. So for those of you that don't know, the Sub-Zero Wisp pet is the brand new pet that was actually introduced during the Crimson Isle update that none of you have heard anything about because it requires the most exclusive item in the game right now twice. Somehow your boy has 2 of them. I obviously dropped one of these the other day myself, but then last night I got a ping in my Discord from one of my own channel members. Shout out to all of you beautiful people, by the way. Check out the join button if you're interested, who actually dropped an Apex for himself as well and wanted to sell it to me for 2.3 billion coins. So all in all, that's the price I've been paying for Apexes. So 4.6 billion coins just in these 2 items right here, which we can go ahead and use to make the final Wisp upgrade stone. I need to make like all of these because it kind of works like the Griffin pet and you upgrade it through these. So let's start off and claim my Wisp pet from the auction house. I just decided to buy this one because it has max bulwark on it and it would save me a job in the future, I'm not gonna lie. So if we look at the stats of the Droplet Wisp, you can kind of see why this pet is kind of irrelevant. I mean, the drop hammer perk is useless because you can just wither cloak those things. The bulwark is useless because Keck W 60 true defense. The Sorrow chestplate gives you like over 200 and is nowhere near as convoluted as this. And Blaze Slayer at max, I believe, is really no different from using a wolf pet. Maybe it's like 10% more. And G-Drag is just the meta for the boss. This gives you no damage stats whatsoever. It's pretty much useless. So unfortunately, the pet has fallen into irrelevancy, but as we upgrade it, you'll see it gain some more perks, which might make it actually worth using. All right, so the first thing we have to do is make the rare Wisp upgrade stone, which starting off, yeah, you can see it's already getting vertexes involved for these bad boys, which is wonderful always. And then we have the epic upgrade stone, which is even more ridiculous, 16 vertexes. And finally, the legendary one, which, yeah, aside from the 2 Inferno Apexes and 4 stacks of Molten Powder, also requires 24 Inferno Vertexes. So in total, that is 40 Vertexes, which is 1 billion in itself, 2 Apexes, of which there's only 3 in total on the server right now, and I own all 3 of them. So I'm just gonna say for the clickbait, they're 5 billion a pop. Yeah, the 10 billion coin pet, that's a nice round number, right? Either way, this pet is mad expensive, bro. So we're gonna go ahead and start off making this thing. All right, rare Wisp upgrade stone. Right click the pet, and your Wisp must be at least level 80 to be upgraded. What? So I've got to go in and buy Gabagool to upgrade it as well. Oh man, this thing sucks. How many levels does this give it? 92. Okay, we are chilling. There we go. Now we got a Frost Wisp, and it actually changes textures as well, which is dope. What are the perks of this bad boy? It now gains a new one, Extinguish. While in combat on the Crimson Isle, spawn a pool every 8 seconds. Bathing in it heals 15% health now and 4% health per second for 8 seconds. So yeah, this is actually a cracked healing pet, and it's gained 2 extra base stats if you haven't seen. It now gets true defense and intelligence, which you'll see later on is a huge factor as to why this pet could actually be pretty goated. All right, here's our epic Wisp upgrade stone. I actually haven't seen anything beyond the Frost Wisp in game, so we're about to see what the epic one looks like. And once again, we need to get it to level 80 because the level resets every single time you upgrade it. Why must this game be so cruel? Ooh, Glacial Wisp. We're looking kind of juicy up in here. What do you get? 20% health now and 7% health per second. So that's gone up. That's pretty juicing. Everything else kind of looks to be the same though. So I guess it's time to go ahead and make the second ever legendary upgrade stone on the server. But now the only one in existence because the other guy that made one got wiped. So this will be the only Sub-Zero Wisp pet on the server, which is sick. I guess it's finally time to put this thing to use. I've had it for so long that I literally forgot that it was even a drop. I think I bought this for 250 mil at the time as well. I dread to think what it's dropped down to now. I hate my life. This pet is way too expensive. I completely forgot that this was actually a thing that you needed to craft the pet. So let's whack all of that in. Let's put those there. Let's put these in each of the corners. And finally, Wisp upgrade stone upgrades a Glacial Wisp pet to a Sub-Zero Wisp pet. Hopefully this gets it up to level 80. There we go. And leave a like for this, please. My purse begs it. Oh, it's so sexy. It is so sexy. At long last, I can see what you do. Still health, true defense, and intelligence, but they look like they're scaling harder than on previous versions. And extinguish is 25% health now and 10% healing per second for 8 seconds. And finally, the last perk, cold fusion, which is everything this pet is about. Regenerate mana 40% faster. Combine that with the SOS flare, we are gonna be juicing in the mana, ladies and gents. Now, we're not quite finished because obviously I need to get this thing to level 100. So hopefully 2 of these do the job. Hopefully another 2 of these do the job. Hopefully 1 more of these does the job. Oh, at last. There we go. Level 100 Sub-Zero Wisp pet. 600 health. Oh my god, Chimera is going to be broken on this. 30 true defense, 250 intelligence, lets you break fire pillars, 600 defense and 60 true defense against blazes, 40% more combat XP from blazes. The pull remains exactly the same and cold fusion remains exactly the same. So the unfortunate thing about this pet is that Ice Hammer, Bulwark, and Blaze Slayer are all pretty much useless. Extinguish is like, okay, cold fusion is where it's at, and its base stats are, oh, they are bussing, dude. So yeah, we're gonna put this pet through the ringer and see what this thing's like, because I've heard many good things about it, and I've just spent so much money on it that we may as well dedicate a video to messing around with it, right? Okay, so 637's giving me a heroic Daedalus axe with perfect sapphires on them, because I guess he wants me to find out what the maximum attainable mana is in the game with a Sub-Zero Wisp pet. But I guess to do that, we actually also need a forgotten pet item, the textbook, because this with Chimera, with the intelligence that it already has on it, would actually be kind of stupid. So yeah, we have 6,600 mana holding this thing. Oh my god. I wonder how fast my mana actually regens as well. When I have this much, if I shoot down an SOS flare, surely it's difficult to even lose mana in the first place whilst constantly spamming a Hyperion. That's daft, man. Outside of dungeons as well. And if I hold this, just watch my mana fly, bro. It's going up in increments of nearly 400. Final destination set bonus. Oh, that actually might do even better. Let's go to the graveyard real quick. 8,053 mana. Let me get in the range of an SOS flare and hold this and see how fast my mana goes up. This is stupid to have outside of dungeons, you know. All right, so far we're at 15-man Legion, so I'm just going to go over here, get the full set bonus, stand back in the middle of everybody, and over 10k mana outside of dungeons with no bugs. That is far too easy to do, bro. I know there's all kinds of like weird tech I could use to get even more intelligence, but considering how easy this is, over 10,000 mana outside of dungeons, bro, I'm really excited to try this out on Enderman Slayer. I think this would actually be goated in M7 as well, because surely this would make a Chimera Hyperion better than an Ultimate Wise Hype with G-Drag, because that is slightly better than a Chimera Hype with a Sheep Pet. But considering this gives you 500 intelligence, so 1,000 whole intelligence with Chimera, plus the true defense, plus a ton of HP, plus you regen mana 40% faster. I mean, the HP alone is actually cracked for master mode with how squishy Blaze is. Mage is looking really juicy with this setup. This is all nice, but then you realize the setup cost to get this amount of mana. Thankfully, this is a temporary thing, because once people start using T10 and T11 minions, every time a minion generates an Apex, it will generate 2. So eventually, Apexes will start getting flooded into the game, and they might still be kind of expensive for a little while, but this pet will actually not be so exclusive. It's definitely not worth the price like with the SOS flare, but we can't really judge them based on the prices right now because everything's still so new, you know? Right, I need to get myself set up to do some void glooms. Okay, wait, one thing we do actually need now, we're gonna try out void glooms with the mage strat with my Chimera Hyperion. Been a long day without you, my friend. Dude, I actually can't remember the last time I used my Chimera Hyperion. It feels so good to be back in your loving embrace, my man. Hopefully, we can stay on top of our mana, though. We have the SOS flare on our side, and we have the 40% mana regen. Oh, we do kind of blitz through our mana, you know? In defense of the Wisp pet, though, I wasn't at full mana when we started, but wow, that mana regen is crazy. How about that ability damage, though? 2.8 million per implosion, and we're out of mana. Oof. For comparison's sake, let's put the E-Drag back on and see how much the Ultimate Wise Hype does. Thank you all so very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like and consider subscribing. Bruh. No way. No way. It's useless against E-Man. That's actually broken me a little bit. Is Dungeons and Kudra the only place where this is useful? All right, in my defense, the reason Ender Dragon is meta here is because End Strike actually works on magic damage. So we're gonna have to go out of the end and do a proper damage comparison to save my soul a little bit, you know. So implosion damage with ultimate wise Hyperion with G-Drag in full Aurora is 2.8 million damage. If we swap over to our Chimera Hyperion with our sheep pet, we do 2.3 million damage. Wow, I never realized the difference between G-Drag and Chimera Hyperion was that much. That's actually so sad. And finally, let's see if the intelligence scaling off of Textbook and Chimera is enough to push this over 2. It's the lowest out of the 3? I have been lied to. I was told that this was gonna be bonkers, man. I was told that this was gonna be a new chapter in Mage for Hypixel SkyBlock. I mean, to be fair, it's crazy I can spam a Chimera Hyperion this much outside of dungeons, but would I not rather just spam the ultimate wise one and use a G-Drag? I don't know, bro. I think I gotta take this into M7. I have to vigorously test this in all aspects of the game before my mind is at ease, because holy frick, this is not doing it for me right now. Well, this is cursed in and of itself because your boy's about to play M7 as Mage, which already kind of disgusts me. But we're gonna start off as any Mage would in M7, I believe, which is with a G-Drag and an ultimate wise Hyperion. And we need to find a mob to like consistently test this against, you know. So with the classic Mage setup of Storm with the goggles and an ultimate wise Hyperion with a G-Drag, we do 14 million ability damage. Oh my days, that is crazy. With a sheep pet, and we do 12 million damage, so 2 million less. I'm predicting this poor son of a gun is only gonna do like 10 million damage. But let me have a look at the health real quick. So we have 12,000 health with this, and with the Sub-Zero Wisp we have 17,000 health. You know what? If the damage is like 10 million, that is actually respectable. I don't even care. That is actually super respectable. My mana is like 2,000 less than with the sheep pet, but that is actually a ton of HP, and Mage is super squishy, so I'll take what I can get on the Blood Rush, you know. The mana regen is really nice. I can pretty much use this infinitely, and with the health, you know what? It's actually shaping up to be kind of decent in dungeons. I want to see what the damage is actually like against the Crypt Undead, but just for clearing right now, it's respectable. Yeah, 10 million. That's about what I expected. So you sacrifice 4 million damage from using a G-Drag, but at the same time, you can spam Hyperion this much. You get this much HP, and as a mage, your job when you're blood rushing is to just like get through all the trash mobs and get to the door, which would be extraordinarily easy with that pet. Oh, we got the D. All right, so this time around, we are not going to have a Zylstra by our side. We are just going to cruise through the dungeon all by ourselves, which your boy never plays Mage. Your boy hasn't played dungeons in a long time. And our first room is a freaking mini boss room. Okay, dude. Okay, I'm out here trying to test the survivability of this thing. This is not it, Chief. Oh my God, my mana actually doesn't move. Wait, I'm literally using a Chimera Hyperion non-stop. Oh my God. And my mana actually doesn't move. And we have 16,000 HP as a mage. I want to check what my EHP is actually real quick, because we compared the damage, but I never checked my effective HP. So if we go into our stats breakdown, we have 600,000 effective health as a mage versus ultimate wise with a G-Drag, where we have... That's actually a massive jump, you know. I know a lot of mages, they actually replace the gemstones on their armor with the one that gives you defense or health so they can survive. But honestly, you don't need to do that with this, so your intelligence is just chilling. I can actually use a Hyperion, which does damage, because a lot of the RCMs who play this actually run a Chimera Astrea, which is interesting, but obviously it gives you extra defense. So this pet does actually unlock a lot of opportunities for Mage in dungeons. I just don't really play Mage in dungeons, so I don't really know what I'm doing, and I just haven't played it in a while, so I'm a little bit rusty. But yeah, is it worth like the the, what, 10 billion coins or whatever I paid for it? No, but in due course, this pet is actually kind of nice. But besides that, it doesn't even have any melee capability, which is where we start to go into the negatives of the pet. Because yeah, this is kind of cool. And yeah, it's kind of broken and ridiculous that I can spam this much mana with no problems whatsoever. But if we look once again at its perks, this thing is designed for Blaze Slayer, man. It gives you true defense, which you need for the Blaze Slayer. It gives you Bulwark. It gives you the Ice Hammer perk. It gives you a literal perk called Blaze Slayer. It gives you Extinguish. It's a Blaze Slayer pet, okay? Undoubtedly. And do you guys see a single use for it? Because I don't. Say we compare this against a G-Drag, right? The G-Drag gives us 234 strength, like 500 with Chimera. Gives me 100 attack speed with Chimera. Gives me strength and magic find for my gold collection. Gives 40% of my magic finder's strength. Gives me damage for the coins in my purse. Like, this thing just is a damage powerhouse, right? You want to use this for Blaze Slayer. If I use this, I get none of that. I literally don't even get one strength off of this pet. Not one. What the hell? This is my problem with the Wisp pet. It's cool for mage, yeah. It's weird that it's cool for mage, because why is a Blaze Slayer pet so good for mage? I will never understand. That Slayer has nothing to do with mage. You basically expend no mana whilst doing it. It's just, why are all of its perks mage related? And with that, I believe our dungeon experiments are concluded. On to trying this thing out for its intended use, Blaze Slayer. Oh, this damage makes me sad. I'm literally doing less than half of what I do with a G-Drag, bro. This is why the Wisp pet just ate the move, lads. Ah, well, let's see how good our true defense is against these things. Oh my god, I have 5,000 health. Hold up, hold up, hold up. I have 53,000 EHP, as well as that little pull perk. All right, first boss with the Sub-Zero Wisp pet. Normally, my boss times are around 45 to 50 seconds with how much damage I do. I could already tell my damage is in the bin. I've never seen it go to the crystal phase right there. Oh god. I didn't use my Ragnarok axe, but not like it really matters, because I don't get the extra 200 strength from it from the gold's power perk of the G-Drag. Okay, I can at least still do that. Oh wow, this is super weird. No, 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 no. A fire pillar actually just landed. I can't remember the last time I saw that. At least I could break them now. That's kind of cool. I've never done that before. But I have not seen a fire pillar in a very, very, very long time. Oh my god. My health actually dropped for a second there. You know what? It's nice that I don't really have to pay attention to my health, but it's also not nice that my boss times have gone up by 17 to 18 seconds. So it definitely makes the boss really easy. I'll give it that. But do I really want 20 seconds extra per boss just for the sake of convenience? The pools look kind of cool. We'll try and actually like actively stay in one of those during this boss. Wow, they don't spawn on you. They spawn far away. That's obnoxious. It's all the way over there, bro. What? Yeah, we literally just have to dart about all over the Crimson Isle if we want to stand in these pools. I hope they spawn in Kudra. You know what? That's what we'll have to test after we're done with this. Because right now, it's looking like M7 or Kudra are going to be the only places where this pet is actually useful. But I'm concerned that when it says the pools only spawn on the Crimson Isle, that doesn't include the Kudra boss fight. I guess it's kind of nice to stand in for an instant 25% heal. Like, you don't necessarily have to stay in the pool. But if you run over to it, it does instantly heal a quarter of your health for free, which I can't knock, you know? Like, health is nice. Yeah, this Slayer is just even more mindless now. I do prefer doing it with a G-Drag, I can't lie, because I'm all about damage, but it is easy. All of this, and I think the only use I'm really going to have for this will be using it to spawn the boss, but using it for the actual boss itself is... Okay, and here we go, and you'll get to see how much faster my bosses are with the G-Drag. Like, last time I got over to Crystal on this thing, I didn't even see Auric that time, okay? And we can go back to using this thing again, the 200 strength off of this, and one phasing this son of a gun, and one phasing this son of a gun. The damage is just too good with a G-Jag, bro. I don't know what they could do with the Wisp pet to actually make it worth using, because it's really not. Oh, I botched this boss. I didn't even Typhia skip, and this is still gonna be 10 seconds faster than the other one. Wow. I messed up that boss so hard, and it was still so much faster. This pet cost me everything and it's just giving me like nothing back. I think the last trial we can put it through is Kudra. See if those poles spawn, because we don't necessarily need them in the lower tiers, but in the higher tiers, they could come in clutch. All right, let's give this a try. We're officially in combat. I don't see any swimming pools. What I do see is my mana absolutely juicing. Can't deny that, bro. Also, did you just see I used SOS Flare for 150 mana? Lord have mercy. Or I am about to... That's cracked, man. I am absolutely dripping in mana. To be honest, the fact that it does less damage than a G-Drag is actually really compensated for the fact that I can now just spam this like infinitely. And if I can't even spam the Chimera one, we can just spam an Ultimate Wise one. It's fine. But I am high-key heartbroken that the whole pools perk doesn't work when you're in the Kudra fight. This pet is literally only useful for dungeons. It's kind of okay for this, I will say that. You know what? I gotta check something. It's tempting. It feels like it's where it belongs right now. I definitely think the Wisp pet needs some tweaks, though. It needs to actually be viable for the thing that it's designed for. Hypixel have truly failed if the pet is bad at the one thing it's supposed to be used for. It's good in other scenarios, weirdly, but it's literally just that one cold fusion perk and its base stat, which makes it such a strange pet. I need you all to let me know down in the comments, though. Is it a W or is it an L? You know, I see the vision. Overall, I'd give it a 6 out of 10. It's barely in W. I think it's got some great things going for it, especially when paired with Chimera. It's just only useful everywhere where it isn't supposed to be, which I don't understand. Thank you all so very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like and consider subscribing if you're new around here. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all soon. Peace.